Hi guys, I hope all of you are doing fine. This is Anurag before you. How are your studies going on? I guess this pandemic hasn't stopped you from studying. So, today I am taking my opportunity to take you through the chemistry paper analysis of previous year questions and those likely to appear in the upcoming examinations. As of now, the government has passed the order that lessons should be cut down, but it is not official yet. So, I would like to take you through the pattern of the previous 5 years or maybe 7 after the NCERT has got changed from 2014. So let me go through the chemistry question paper. As you know, PCB question papers are divided into two sets, practicals and theory. You will be writing the paper for 70 marks and a practical would be held in your college itself for 30 marks. So the pattern of the paper and the likely questions I'll be discussing now. Are you guys ready? Okay, let me come to the pattern of the paper. The paper will be divided into 5 parts: part A, part B, part C, part D, and part E. The first part, that is part A, will be containing the questions of 1 marks, and there will be 10 questions, question number 1 to 10. So this is the most important part for each one of you to score 95 plus. The other sets you can guess the probable questions and you can score it very easily. This set mainly needs you to refer the NCERT line by line. These question numbers would be from 1 to 10. Next comes part B. Part B will be containing 8 questions and you need to write 5 questions. This will be mixture of physical, inorganic and organic. Each question carries 2 marks, so it will be 10 marks in total. It would be from question number 11 to 18. The next set, the easiest among your complete paper, that is part C. You need to attend 5 questions from the given 8. This set completely contains the questions from inorganic chemistry. These questions carries 3 marks each and 3 into 5 would be 15 as you know. These 8 questions would appear only from 4 lessons. Those are from inorganic part, metallurgy, which is chapter 6 in your NCERT textbook, P block elements, D and F block elements, and coordination compounds. Part D. Part D will be having 5 sets from the physical chemistry part, and you need to attend any 3 parts, any 3 questions. Each questions carries 5 marks each, so 5 into 3 would be 15. In these questions, it would be divided into A, B and C, or A and B, which carries 2 to 1 marks or 2 and 3 respectively. So what lesson questions should come in this part? It would be solids one set, solutions, electrochemistry, chemical kinetics, and surface chemistry. Even the questions here are very likely and you can guess them very easily, so you need to score 15 over here. Then comes part E. Part E would contain 6 questions from organic chemistry part and you need to attend any 4. Out of these 6, 3 would be generally very easy, 2 would be medium and 1 would be hard. So the 3 questions which would be very easy you need to score 15 and the remaining 5 marks you need to score 3, 4 or 5 if possible. So 20 plus 15 plus 15. 50 marks would be in your pocket. So what are the lessons that comes in the organic chemistry part? Haloalkanes and haloarenes, alcohols, phenols and ethers, aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids, amines, biomolecules and polymers. Out of these lessons, biomolecules, polymers, amines, haloalkanes and haloarenes are very easy as per my experience. So let's go through the part A. So part A questions, as you know, there are 10 questions. So first question and second question would appear from solutions lesson. Question number 3, electrochemistry. Question number 4, chemical kinetics. Question number 5, surface chemistry. Question number 6, metallurgy. Question number 7, D and F block elements. Sometimes it will be asked from P block elements too. Question number 8, haloalkanes and haloarenes. Question number 9, alcohols, phenols and ethers. And lastly, question number 10 would be biomolecules. Then comes part B. Part B questions. 11th question would be from solids, which is from physical chemistry. Electrochemistry would be 12th, physical. And 13th would be chemical kinetics, which is also from physical chemistry. These 3 questions would be from physical chemistry and these would be very easy. Question number 14, D and F block elements. the only question which would appear from inorganic chemistry. Question number 16, aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. Question number 17 and 18, chemistry in everyday life. These two questions, they would generally ask examples, or you have two reactions, preparation of soap, saponification, or else you would be getting definitions. These two questions would be very easy to answer. Next comes part C, the easiest in your question paper. Question number 19 would be from metallurgy, where you have only 4 questions and one would definitely appear among them. Question number 20, 21 and 22. I will be saying once we are going through the questions respectively. Question number 23 and 24, D and F block elements. Even these would be easy. Question number 25 and 26, coordination chemistry. Part D and Part E, I have already explained, even though I will go through it very fast. Question number 27, solids, 28 solutions, 29 electrochemistry, 30 chemical kinetics and 31 surface chemistry. Then Part E contains lessons from organic chemistry, 32 haloalkanes and haloarenes, 33 alcohols, phenols and ethers, 34 aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids, 35 amines, 36 biomolecules, 37 polymers. Now, let's expect what questions can be asked for each question. So let's start from Part A. Part A, question number 1 and 2 would be asked from solutions lesson. So what are the questions generally asked? Definitions of all the definitions of mole fractions, mass, percentage, molarity, normality, the terms which you have already studied in first year as well as you have studied it in second year solutions chapter. Next comes Le-Chatelier principle. They would be asking pressure, or they would be asking the inverse proportionality. Is it directly proportional? What would be the changes if temperature increased? Such kind of relations. Or else they would be asking the Raoult's law and Henry's law. Next to that will be ideal and non-ideal solutions. Maximum and minimum boiling azeotrope. This is the most important thing. You need to know the examples for each one. Sometimes you get confused in this one. Then comes osmosis, osmotic pressure, reverse osmosis, hypertonic solution, isotonic solution. On these 6 terms, they generally ask give reasons. So you need to know what would be the effects when it would be isotonic, hypotonic. You have few examples given in NCERT textbook. So just go through it. Then comes Van't Hoff factor. You need to calculate Van't Hoff factor and you have an equation, Van't Hoff equation. Just go through that, and you will be having association, dissociation regarding Van't Hoff factor. You won't go through that. Question number 3 will be generally asked from the electrochemistry chapter. Definition of batteries, secondary cell, primary cell, Daniel cell reaction, electrode potential. They will be asking which is the strongest reducing agent by giving 2, or they will be giving reduction potential. Then comes Nernst equation. You need to remember the Nernst equation. Even this would be asked in 5 marks set with a numerical. You need to know all the definitions, conductivity, conductance, and the factors affecting the electronic conductance, and you have a graph related to electronic conductance, that is graph 3.6. You have figure 3.6 in your NCERT. Go through that. That is one of the most important thing they must given for 2 marks. Faraday's laws, first and second law, very very important. The most likely question this year, just remember it, they might ask it. Last year they had asked numerical based on it, so this year you would be expecting a question related to this one. Faraday's first law and second law, and even Kohlrausch's law. Question number 4 would be from chemical kinetics. I would like to say one thing regarding this question. The thing which you read for the question number 4 will apply the same for the 5 marks question, the set I mean, which would be asked in the part D. Almost the concepts are similar, so look into that. You study keenly from here itself. So what are the questions expected? Units for first order, second order and third order reaction. There is the shortcut to remember it. Just ping me on WhatsApp. I'll be giving the number later, so it will be easy for you. Then you will be getting unimolecular, bimolecular and trimolecular examples. Just go through that. They will give the reaction and ask you to find the molecularity, and there are few exceptions. So just keep it in mind and study that. Rate law they might ask it, but this isn't such an important question. Yeah, the next point, dependence of temperature on the rate of reaction. If you increase the temperature by 10 degrees, the reaction would be doubling. Just go through that. This is the most important concept which might be asked even in competitive exams like CET, NEET, JEE, etc. And next comes Arrhenius equations and their symbolic representation. They might ask you to write the equation for Arrhenius equation and note down the meanings for each symbols. Next comes the graph showing distribution curve showing temperature dependence of rate of reaction. In the textbook you have been given in the figure 4.9. Then comes figure 4.11. It is 2-mark question even though I mentioned it in 1 mark. So go through the figure 4.11 which shows the effect of catalyst on activation energy without catalyst and with catalyst. It is one of the important questions. It might be asked even for 2 marks. Next comes the very important question, collision frequency. They will ask the question, what is collision frequency and effective collisions. Simultaneously, they might ask what are the criteria for chemical reactions, and they will ask the factors responsible for effective collisions. You have it in your textbook. Go through that. Question number 5 would be from surface chemistry. Adsorption, absorption, physisorption, and chemisorption. You have been given the difference between physisorption and chemisorption. Just remember the enthalpy of adsorption over there. One is less than I guess around 20 to 40 and one more is around 120. They might ask you for 1 mark directly. Otherwise go through the adsorption isotherm, Freundlich absorption isotherm. X by m equals Kp raised to 1 by m. Next comes homogeneous and heterogeneous catalysts with an equation. Definitions of promoters and pisons. No need to read this one in depth. Then comes shape selective catalysis and zeolites, enzyme catalysis, mechanism of enzyme catalysis. Mechanism of enzyme catalysis are 2 steps. E plus S equals ES and ES would be broken into E plus P. The reasons beyond shape selective catalysis, you want to go through that one. Then table 5.4 which contains solid dispersion, solid liquid till gas. This is most important table in your surface chemistry chapter. This is the place where most of the students lose a mark if a question is asked from this part. Next, the concepts which I got is very easy. Emulsions, liquid in water in oil and oil in water. Bradick-Sark method. It is a very important question for 2 marks. You need to learn the diagram too. Then comes dialysis, peptidation, Tyndall effect, electrophoresis, zeta potential, coagulation. Only definitions would be enough for this. Next comes question number 6. Most of the students generally feel metallurgy is one of the toughest part. But if you read it the way you are required to, it is one of the easiest chapters in the second PU syllabus. So what are generally asked from this lesson? You have got a table 6.1 where you have been given ores and their composition. So you need to know what ores and what are their composition. It might be asked for 1 mark. And next comes principles involved in few methods such as hydraulic washing, magnetic separation, froth flotation and leaching. The questions will be asked, what is the principle involved in hydraulic washing, magnetic separation, froth flotation, leaching? And note this point, they might ask this particular ore, example sulfide ores, by which method is it separated? You know, right? Roasting. Then you need 2 marks question, or even it might be asked for 1 mark, difference between calcination and roasting. Then comes Mond's process, Van Arkel's method. Mond's process and Van Arkel methods. You need to know reactions and the temperatures. Temperatures is very important over here. Next comes, this is the point, even I used to get confused. So I would like to tell you that distillation and liquefaction. what are the principles and examples. Here you need to keenly observe which has melting point and which has boiling point, high and low. Just note it down and make one notes according to my questions, and I promise you the questions will definitely appear from these things. After the last point, they'll ask you above 1000 degree, what catalyst is used to reduce iron and iron oxide. Just go through the Lingam diagrams below 1000 and above 1000. Question number 7. Question number 7 would appear from D block or P block. If D block would be asked, it would be generally give reasons. If P block, they'll ask you reactions. So you need to go thoroughly with the reactions of D block and P block. Since it is inorganic, you don't have any shortcuts. You need to go line by line. Question number 8. It is from haloalkanes and haloarenes. Generally IUPAC naming would be asked, or else water freons. Phosgene gas and its preparation. Last year it was asked. This year there is very less probability of asking the same question. Why are aromatic halides more stable than aliphatic halides? One of the most important questions. Or else you might be asked, last probability would be they will ask you the reaction directly of Woods reaction, Woods fatigue, whatever you have got without explanation. Question number 9 is from alcohols, phenols and ethers. They would generally ask give reasons from the physical properties you have got. Just go through the physical properties. They will be explaining you in the way that if the molecular mass increases, it will be so on and so on. There are 4 to 5 reasons and 4 to 5 statements, physical properties in alcohols, phenols and ethers, each respectively. Next should be reaction with zinc test. Oxidation of alcohols in the presence of strong oxidizing agent and chromic anhydride and PCC. In this lesson, you need to know while using strong oxidizing agent and weak oxidizing agent, there would be difference. Sometimes you will get primary acid, not primary sorry, ketone, aldehydes. It will vary according to strong oxidizing agent, mild oxidizing agent. Then next should be dehydrogenation of alcohols in the presence of copper. There are 2 different aspects in this lesson. In the presence of copper, you will be getting different, and in the presence of one more, you will be getting different. You have been given in your textbook. Then the most important question: why are phenols more acidic than alcohols? It would be asked in 2 marks or even in 1 mark, so you can't expect. This is very important. The next part: effects of electron withdrawing group and electron donating group and acidity of phenols. Last year it was asked in KVPY and it was asked in CET. So it is a question which is very important for competitive exam as well as theory. So you need to know the reasons. If electron withdrawing group, it would be withdrawing electrons. If electron donating, it would be donating electrons. What would be the effect on its acidity? Whether will it increase, whether it will decrease. So just make a note of it because it is very important. NEET last year it was not asked. Next year they might ask it, so go through that. Lastly, question number 10. The question would appear from biomolecule chapter. So you have got a table based on diseases, deficiency diseases, and you have got the names of chemicals for each vitamin. So make a note of it. These generally won't be asked in theory. For your fate, it might be asked. It is very important for NEET. It might be asked in bio chapters or else even in the chemistry part, because in bio you are having digestion absorption where you need to go through this thing. Next comes essential and non-essential amino acids. You have 20 amino acids in total. You have shortcut for those. You can ping me on WhatsApp later to know this shortcut. So what the inactive amino acid, active amino acid, essential, non-essential, acid, neutral and basic amino acids. ZWITTER ion, this is not that important, just go through that for your safety sake. And next comes nucleotides present in RNA and DNA. Nucleotides present in RNA and DNA. In DNA you generally know adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. In RNA you have uracil in place of thymine. And know the enzymes which are present in your muscles. Keratin in ears and myosin in muscles. Just remember this. Keratin was asked once, I guess 4 years back. And non-reducing sugar. Examples were mono, oligo and polysaccharides. water soluble and fat soluble vitamins. Water soluble and fat soluble, if you are getting confused, just remember a shortcut. For water soluble vitamins, bisinero. Bisinero means hot water. BC, that means water soluble vitamins are vitamin B and C. Then comes hormone responsible for blood level control. It is insulin. And there are 51 amino acids in insulin. What is composition of starch? Amylose and amylopectin. So I have gone through the pattern that you will be getting for your board exams and the 1 mark questions and probable questions. 2 marks, 3 marks and 5 marks. The questions I give will definitely appear for your annual examinations. Just finish these things off within 1 hour. You can make a note of it and you can prepare these questions within 3 days time. So I'll be coming up with 2 marks, 3 marks and 5 marks questions within 3 days or 4 days. And those you will get, definitely will be scoring 45 for 50 marks in the questions whichever I give. So if you like my video, please like, share and subscribe.